Handsome shop, sir. Is it yours?
George O'Keefe at your service, gentlemen. I have the privilege of managing the enterprise for Mr. Tompkins, our principal.
I'm looking for something special. Might we browse?
Certainly. Our original creations are designed for London's most discriminating clientele.
Are your sales records confidential?
As secret as the Masonic rite, sir. I would protect my client's privacy with my very life.
I would not use the information for any nefarious purpose.
So you say, but you might subsequently be tempted to exploit the knowledge. My gentlemen customers rely on my discretion.
And they pay you for this service? Blackmail, is it?
You shock me, sir. Silence is a commodity like any other. And as with the pig iron and pianos, you only get what you pay for.
I never pay for information.
We might call it an honorarium.
I call it a bribe. I won't pay it.
Suit yourself.
Where do your crystalline gems come from?
The venerable Antwerp firm supplies our diamonds, rubies, and Ceylonese sapphires.
You know the provenance of every stone?
Absolutely. The Messrs. de Brise are signatories of the IDB Act.
I believe this is one of your rings. To whom did you sell it?
It is one of our recent masterpieces, charmingly dubbed the nest egg. How did you come by it?
Let's say I found it.
Then I will generously assume that the customer lost it. If you give it to me, I'll return it.
There might be a reward.
There might be a lengthy prison sentence. Shall I call my beadle?
If you believe you can wake him, I assure you I'll return it to its rightful owner. Might I see the platinum ring with the cabochon-cut stone? This ring spoils your claim of dealing in unique designs.
To the untrained eye, many gems have points of similarity. I could show you dozens from the strong room that share common features, but stones are cut differently.
Right. Unique design is a fiddle. Granted, you don't sell the same ring twice. By this criterion, each design is unique. It's a sham.
That is a slanderous allegation, sir. If you wish to avoid litigation, I recommend that you not share it.
Never mind. I'm not interested in your advertising claims. I'm interested in your jewelry. What are the most economical buys in the shop?
Economy is a state of mind, sir. Don't think of the price. Think of the investment. Think of the pleasure derived from your purchase.
It would be difficult not to think of my empty pocketbook.
If you cannot restrain your unwholesome curiosity, I'll have to ask you to leave.
I presume these rings are merely representative of your collection. Might I see more?
Are you truly interested, or are you merely passing the time?
More interested than you could possibly imagine.
Very well. I'll retrieve some of our more attractive items from the strong room. You are a knave, sir.
And you'd be in a position to know. Occupy the sentinel, will you, Watson? I have suspicions to confirm.
Confirm to your heart's content. This old soldier is going nowhere.
Ah, the nest egg. Here it is, Watson. Curiouser and curiouser.
I'm feeling a bit like the Mad Hatter, Holmes. What do you mean?
The ring's intended recipient and the person who paid for it are one and the same. It seems Lady Cordelia had to supply the funds for her own engagement ring.
Very interesting.
I'm sure Lord Lawton didn't find it, sir. Where is the ring lately purchased by and for your fiancée?
I will not redeem whatever scurrilous information you have extracted from her jeweller, Mr. Holmes.
Would it surprise you to learn that I found the ring in the possession of a deceased prostitute? I'm sure it would surprise Lady Lockridge.
Are you a blackmailer as well as a busybody? What compels you to harass me in this nefarious manner?
The truth compels me. Tell it, and I may set you free.
Ha! Your precious truth means ruination. Will you return the ring?
I don't think now would be a good time. This ring is part of an evidentiary chain linking numerous crimes. How did it come to be in her possession?
I'm sure I don't know. It must have been stolen from this room.
What has become of the engagement portrait of you and Lady Cordelia?
That's none of your business, Mr. Holmes. If there is nothing else, I'm rather pressed for time.
Time will press you soon enough. There is a picture missing from your photo album. Who is the subject?
I have nothing to say on that topic except that you appear to have taken extraordinary liberties in my home.
Something was stolen from your home, and you have nothing to say? The police will certainly feel differently.
No, this is not a police matter.
When is theft of private property not a police matter?
The item was precious only as a memento of a service I rendered. It can be of no possible value to anyone else.
I think you know that's a lie. It has already purchased your silence. Lawton, I can see that you are hard-pressed. Let me help.
Protecting an innocent's reputation is a sacred trust.
That's as may be, but theft, murder, and extortion surround you. I know, as a penguin knows ice, that you have knowledge of one or more of these crimes. Give me the facts.
I have done nothing sordid nor patently criminal. Call in the police if you must, but they will get nothing from me. It is a question of honor.
Honor? I'm surprised you don't choke on the word. When you quashed the inquiry, you were certain that your committee was investigating a real theft. What did they threaten you with? What do you hold so precious that you would jeopardize the security of your country?
It is simple to revile what you don't understand. If I must pay for an error of judgment, so be it. I will accept the consequences.
That was not your decision to make. My brother has already paid. You offer a self-serving admission of indiscretion and still speak of honor? I would throttle you myself if I could spare the energy. You, sir, are despicable. Watson, I beg you to restrain me. I'm ready to commit mayhem.
Jenkins, see Mr. Holmes out.
May I purchase a packet of matches for my pipe?
Matches is gratis for my customers and back. Smoking tobacco's a filthy habit. I sell alcohol here. If you don't want to drink, take a hike.
I smell something strange. Perhaps I'll just walk back there.
And I'll tear you a new ear hole. Entrance is by special permit only. You ain't welcome. Seamen, sailors and their friends. That's who I cater to.
Did you know Thomas Pratt?
Not by name. Who sent you?
Nobody sent us.
I don't want nobody here that nobody sent. Damnation, blast and bloody hell. Nosy persons give me ulcers. Damned if they don't.
I could ask the authorities to take an interest in your establishment.
Wait till Tuesday. The number 3 from the Scotland Yard is here with his secretary. Never misses. Now take a hike before you hurt yourself.
Merde!
What about a drink, Watson, to gain the barman's confidence?
I'm sure you've appreciated my nearly unqualified acquiescence over the years. You'd concede that I've almost always supported your proposals unstintingly.
Rightly and well said, Watson. You've been a brick.
Then perhaps you will indulge me and let us leave directly. I would rather swim in a Calcutta cesspool than subject my constitution to the crockery and pestilential potables of this establishment.
I'll take that as a no, shall I? Have we seen the landlord before, Watson? Is he not like the Lascar from the Bar of Gold?
Lasker, the German chess prodigy?
Please attend, Doctor. Does the proprietor remind you of the Lascar from the Bar of Gold?
That unsavoury boor was brown by nature rather than exposure. But I do suggest we give him a similarly wide berth. This chap looks positively hazardous.
Agreed. And we have not impressed him. I remark a distinct lack of quivering with fear in the face of respectability. Perhaps this oratory experience will refine your appreciation of true musicianship.
I have never directly criticised your talents, Holmes.
No? I remember the substance of your response to my Kreutzer. Some twaddle about the esteem in which you held the aphorism, "Silence is golden." The macaw is surprisingly accomplished. They're usually less verbal than African greys.
His vocabulary would cause a libertine to blush.
He's a mimic, not a moralist.
Given this unwholesome venue, I'm not surprised he's capable of vulgarity in multiple languages.
His training, though limited, may be instructive.
Damnation, blast and bloody hell! Merde! Take a hike!
He may be engaged. I haven't even announced you. Were you raised by wolves? I can't approve impositions on Mr. Farthington's time. He does little enough real work as it is. People without appointments are so aggravating.
Good day, gentlemen. What a pleasant surprise. Help yourself to a sherry while I finish this brief. I won't be long. Your clerk's demeanour is unaffected by his tuition at the Charm Academy. In this inconstant world, I find comfort in his predictable impudence.
Small comfort, I should think.
At my age, Doctor, small comforts are all a wise man should expect. Speaking of which, I'm sorry for your brother's accident, Holmes. I've heard he will recover. You won't mind if I work while we talk. What may I do for you? I'm looking for a barrister named Bledsoe. He has chambers here, I believe. In candor, I advise you to look elsewhere for legal representation. This is strictly a private matter, nothing to do with the law yet. I believe he serves on your brother's committee. Surely that would be a more suitable forum for cross-examination. It would not, as it happens. Do you know where he is? I couldn't say. You would not compel me to violate a confidence as the price for telling me his whereabouts? If the substance of your colloquy is confidential, Holmes, so is his location. In fairness, I can do no less. He's a friend of sorts. You must give up something to receive. We can deal on no other basis. If you won't tell me where Bledsoe is, perhaps you would tell me about him. Very well. He's a childless widower, retiring by nature. Family money allowed him the leisure to serve the government. His wife was the only daughter of Silas Byrne, who publishes a toxic rag called The Gadfly. He never liked Bledsoe. Since his wife's untimely death, Bledsoe has been repeatedly pilloried in its pages as a venal hack and toadying nincompoop.
I've read those articles. Should have recollected the name. Are the allegations unjustified?
Completely unfounded. Admittedly, he's a man of modest endowments, but he's tireless and honest, with no ambition beyond service to the Queen, and of course, staying out of harm's way. He is not an adventurer who would betray his country? Never. Though it's not strictly a question of patriotism. Regrettably, most men's loyalty is not proof against the right inducement. But Bledsoe so despises excitement of any kind, he would perish from anxiety simply contemplating such an act. Must I rummage through the bowels of the Inns of Court looking for the man? You might find his chambers, but you would not find him. Never there. Hasn't had a brief in years. He's not a man altogether comfortable with human contact. I assume that Bledsoe is more than a casual acquaintance, Farthington? I know your methods, Holmes. You never assume when proof is available. Waters is still the image of incivility. I wonder that Farthington keeps him on.
A competent clerk may be hard to find. Then again, some people tolerate abusive behavior better than others.
We could waste precious time looking for Bledsoe and still come up empty. I'm stymied, Watson.
I'm sorry to hear it, Holmes, because that makes two of us. Perhaps we should move on.
I trust Farthington implicitly. Should I confide something of our mission to him?
That must be your decision, Holmes. Mycroft would expect no less.
What does Farthington's description of Bledsoe suggest to you?
He sounds a reclusive type, overly fond of tranquility, unpredictable and antisocial. Perhaps slightly unhinged.
And frightened silly, I'll wager. I should dismiss him for cause as a suspect. Nevertheless, I must speak with him. It is always a mistake to ignore the obvious. We did a good bit of work for the Carraways, Watson, if I say so myself.
One day the world will learn of it too. It's called The Case of the Serrated Scalpel.
You've written it up, have you? Shall I see it published?
Not in this lifetime, old friend. We made a promise. Rest assured, I've given credit where it was due. Protected the innocent and vilified the guilty. All received their just deserts.
Will you settle for the reason I wish to speak with him and trust me for the details? Of course. A document went missing from the Ministry of Defense, and Bledsoe is among the last persons known to have seen it. He subsequently moved to terminate the inquiry into its disappearance. The probable thief has now been found, dead, executed. You see my problem. As he openly signed out the document and returned it, and was not alone in his opposition to the inquiry, I don't think I can help you, Holmes. You are on a sort of unofficial fishing expedition, and Bledsoe is an excitable character of nervous disposition. I truly don't know where he is at the moment. Asking you to keep your eyes to yourself is like asking a dog not to bark. I'd beg you to arrange a meeting with Bledsoe, Farthington. What makes you think I can do that? Because I have told you nearly nothing that you have not already heard from his own mouth. What neither of you may know is that my brother's injuries resulted from an attempt on his life by those responsible for stealing the document. You are a man of probity, Holmes, but you are an aggressive investigator. Can I secure your pledge that you will neither badger nor harass Bledsoe? I promise. Please, Farthington, the security of the nation may be at risk. No need to up the ante, Holmes. I take this as serious. If I can arrange a meeting, I'll send a wire to your digs. Still on Baker Street, are you?
Naturally, at 221B.
Fine. If my office holds no more interest for you, please see yourselves out.